Hi everyone, Vero here from veroniquerun.com. In this video we will talk about how can we transform the negative doubt that we have before a race and transform it in a positive way that we can feel self-confident and to perform the best as we can on the race day. So how can we do that? The first thing is to face our doubt. Take a paper and write down all your doubt that you have. What kind of doubt that can be? I'm afraid to do not have enough training. I'm afraid that the terrain will be too technical for me. I'm afraid that I will hit the walls at 35K during a marathon. I'm afraid to be too tired during an ultramarathon. So all those doubts are normal doubts that we all carry in ourselves in a way on another before the race day. So my suggestion is to write down one after another. So now that you list all your negative thoughts, we have to reframe them in a positive way. So how can you do that? It's simple. So you take your paper, your sheet of paper, you write down a positive sentence, you reframe your negative doubt and you write it on a positive way. So if we go back on the example that we already talked about, if you fear of lack of training, so you write down, I did enough of training, I did 80% of my training, so I'm good to go. But in the case that you don't have enough of training and you even did not do 80% of the training, that does happen. So that reminds me one of my story. Recently when I did the 100 miles in Singapore, the crazy ultranauts, I was not trained, zero. I was not trained at all. And I just remember the week before the race, I was thinking, oh, what should I do? Do I take the starting line? Do not take the race? So I was a little bit overwhelmed. And I said to myself, calm down. It's a good race. It's a good organization. I really want to do this race. So let's just do it. Have fun, have the more positive mindset that you can possibly have in these circumstances, and do it. So what happened was, honestly, I have fun all along the way. It was an amazing organization, an amazing race. My daughter was with me, and at the end, I finished third overall. So that's proof that if you put in your mind just positive thought, you can do even better of what you can possibly imagine. So it's the thing that you always have to remember. Positive thing in your mind, always. So now that you face your doubt, you transform it in a positive way. You have your sheet with all your positive sentence. The last step is to find a way to put it in your house that you can see those sentences every day while you wake up, while you come back, so that it will be really clear in front of you. Why you need to see them frequently, why you need to look at them is because you need to repeat it and put it directly in your brain. Finally, the last step to succeed is to say your sentence out loud. I know that can sound cheesy, that can sound cringe when you say it, but it works because I do it myself, and you will be amazed by the transformation of those sentences that can have on your own development. Using this technique, you will reinforce your own self-confidence. So during the race day, I said, okay, I'm good to go. So you do that with all your doubt that you have. So now the last point that I wish to cover is the contingency planning. What is a contingency planning? It's like a business. What to do if something happens is out of our control, more in the environment. So what if I fell down on my knees? Because I always fell down on my knees. I carry Band-Aid and I put my Band-Aid and I carry on. So I put Band-Aid in my bag. What if I have a stomach problem? So I need to think of all those little things who could happen in a race and what I will react. When you go on the starting line, you start the race so you can just run stress-free, because you know that you cover everything that you need to cover for the race. So if something happens, you know how to deal with, and if you have a negative thought pop up in your head, you know that you can just take your positive mantra and repeat it in your mind over and over again. So you're just good to go and crush the race. To conclude, we have our positive mantra and we have our contingency planning. Our positive mantra is related to ourselves and the contingency planning is related to the environment. So now you are good to go and you can use this technique not only for running but in life in general. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next week and I hope to see you on the road. Stay safe. Yeah. Shagala. Let's go.